Good morning. Welcome to our Monday morning meditation. So good to be here with you. And as uh, as I was picking out my attire today, I was noticing that I'm kind of going for those fall colors a little bit more and kind of thinking more autumn than summer, even though I'm in Florida and it's still very hot down here. Just my mindset is very Midwestern at heart. And so September is certainly moving into fall. We've got our actual beginning of autumn coming up here pretty soon anyway. So, and the reason that stood out to me, especially for our time today, was because at the end of the year, we start kind of revving up. There's something that happens at the end of the year where there's something inside of us that says, okay, it's almost the end of the year. Have I done everything I need to do and wanted to do? Have I um, accomplished what I wanted to accomplish? Have I met my goals? What is left to do? And we start, um, just kind of noticing those things. And if any of you have been with me for a long time, you know that at the end of the year, we do a process called the 7 steps for moving into the new year, where we release the year that we're just finishing so that we get clarity and we move into the new year without carrying the old year with us. We let everything go. We take from this year anything that's left over that we do want to take into the new year, but we're very intentional and conscious about it. And that's a process I've been doing for decades now with my mentor, Jane Elizabeth Hart of Center for Enlightenment. And it's something that I share with you, and I welcome you to and invite you to join the larger Center for Enlightenment group that will be doing that process at the end. And we can do it on Sundays with the Center for Enlightenment, and then we can do it again for a Monday morning meditation. And the center also has a small group on Thursday evenings where we talk about what we're processing during the week, and we're all in this together and we share about how we're applying whatever step we're on in the 7 steps process. And so we get lots of good support during the week to release our year. But in the meantime, that's going to be later this year. But in the meantime, this is the time of year where things just start coming up, like, oh my gosh, I haven't done such and such. I haven't cleaned out that closet I promised myself back in January I was going to do. And I haven't, and all these things start coming to the surface. And I'm talking about tasky kind of things like cleaning out a closet or other goals that we might have had. But there can be situations that have happened this year that we're still processing and we need to spend a little more time on so that we're not taking it into the new year with us. So for moving forward at this point, I would encourage you to have a pen and paper. I have a notepad next to me all the time for my little to-do lists, and um, or have my journal next to me where as I'm meditating every day and just having my own internal time, like everything we do is spiritual, everything we do can be mindful. And as we're doing that and we're noticing those things that are coming to the surface, write them down, either because it's a to-do that needs to be done or it's something unresolved from the year. Maybe it's from 5 years ago. Maybe it's from 30 years ago. It doesn't matter. It's coming to the surface now to be released. And so we're not taking it into the new year. So this is a good time to just start that habit if you're not doing it already. It's always a good thing to do throughout the year. It's very good internal hygiene to be writing down what's going on with us every day. And yeah, so especially now at the end of the year, things start getting compressed, and that as we move into that hustle and bustle of the holiday season, which seems to start earlier every year anyway, we might as well be prepared for that and be on top of it so that we're not getting kind of that traffic jam of internal stuff at the end of the year that we have to process. It's going to be there anyway to a certain extent because that's just kind of what happens with that end of the year transition that begins to happen, but we're going to be on top of it. So as we're working on our meditation time today, obviously it's not about writing lists, but it's about noticing those things that are coming up and just being a little bit more aware of those topics that need a little bit more processing, need a little bit more journaling, need a little bit more attention. Like, okay, why does this keep coming up for me? What is it that I need to know? Or a certain topic comes up and I feel some emotion around that. You know, a lot of times it's annoyance or disappointment or sadness, maybe some fear. So it deserves a little bit like, okay, so what is that saying to me? What am I afraid of? What am I sad about? What do I feel disappointed in? And to not just let disappointment, for example, be our endpoint. That's never going to be our endpoint because we're always going to move forward. We just don't want to carry the disappointment with us. We want to say, okay, I feel disappointed that I didn't get such and such done this year. All right, check it off my human being list. And what can I do about it now? Is there something I can do about it? If not, maybe there's a window of opportunity back in April where I need to get something done and I didn't do it. Okay, well, oh well, let's let it go instead of dragging that disappointment with us. Because now if the task had a had an end time and we missed it, then might as well not take it into the new year if we missed it back in 2024 of April 2024. Um, so yeah, just kind of trying to give you examples of what could come up at the end of the year and what to be noticing and starting to watch for um, so that we're cooperating with that release process that's coming and making things as clear as possible. So for today, we're just going to hang out like we always do, and we're going to um, just just be. We're going to breathe. I really have felt breathing has been an important thing to remember the last few weeks because our breathing helps our mind. It helps to focus us, to ground us. And when we're noticing these things that aren't done, our those emotions can kind of kick in that um, fight or flight response to a certain, maybe just so subtly we can't even feel it, but it's there. And like, oh, I didn't do that thing back in April or whatever, or I've got this really big disappointment from this year that I'm holding on to. And we stop breathing or we breathe more shallowly as those emotions are coming up. So when we continue to breathe, we help that emotion pass through, but we also give ourselves some extra internal space to process it, not just to hurry up and get it out and move beyond it, but to really go, okay, what do I need to know about it? Do I need to do anything now? There's a process around things that we're releasing. It's nice to just let things go, and sometimes we can do that. But if we're not processing it fully, we're carrying it with us. And so just being mindful of that, like, okay, yeah, these are things I don't want to carry around anymore. I just don't. I don't. I've been carrying around, what is April? 5 months ago. And I don't want to do it for the next 5 years. So anyway. So our breathing is very important. So we practice that during our meditation time, and then we can carry that practice with us throughout our day and throughout our week. So I invite you to get comfortable in your chair if you're not already, and just breathe. Take a couple of deep breaths to let your mind body system know that we're switching gears. How we're helping the dust of the mind settle. I invite you to just feel the thoughts of the morning just slowly drain out, down, 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 starting at the head, moving down the face, just letting all of this drain out. We're going to let it drain out all the way through the feet, into the floor, into the earth, letting the earth absorb and regenerate that energy, just absorbing it. So we're just letting all of that move down, down, down from the neck and the shoulders, from the chest, and the torso and all the organs, the arms and the hands, everything's moving down and out through the hips, and upper legs and knees, the calves and lower legs, the ankles and feet and toes, all the way into the floor, into the earth. And now in this calm emptiness, just notice your breath. And let that breath that you're noticing be coming in by way of the diaphragm, letting your belly expand a little as you breathe in and relax as you breathe out. We're going to expand that breath a little bit to our quick breath count, breathing in to the count of 4, breathing out to the count of 4. Breathing in to the count of 4, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, and exhaling 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. At that pace, and I'm not going to use my voice to manage that. I just invite you to just breathe in and count gently within yourself. Get that pace of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just continue that, letting your mind and body relax even more. And you feel your body relaxed, the mind calm as it's going to be at this time. Just let your breathing return to just a natural pace. If you want to continue counting, you can. If not, just let it go. What that breathing exercise does, it helps synchronize in rhythm and pace the mind and the body so that they're working in one rhythm instead of multiple rhythms, multiple directions. So once you have that rhythm in place, just let your breathing relax. We're going to hold this open, empty space, and it's not a lonely empty, it's an open, quiet, peaceful empty. And when thoughts come, just notice them dissipating on the periphery of this emptiness. You might notice that when we're empty of mind stuff, there's something new that moves in. Maybe it feels like light, energy, pressure, not bad pressure, just that something is filling this emptiness, this empty space that we've cleared out. Just let that energy come in, filling every cell of your body with light, with peace. And perhaps you don't feel anything like what I'm describing. That's okay too. Just notice and experience that peaceful, calm, compassionate, empty space where there's no thoughts, cluttering the quiet. The mind's habit has been filling that quiet space with all sorts of things, ideas and opinions and thoughts of the past and thoughts of the future. And we're just going to usher those outside of this peaceful, empty space within. We're just not going to give them permission to stay. And if you have time today to stay in this quiet space for a little bit longer, I invite you to do so. If you need to go about your day, know that our day is naturally filled with thoughts and needing to find solutions for things, needing to take care of things, and it's all okay. It just helps us to remember that we have a calm, quiet, vast inner space to tap into anytime we need it. We can tap into this as we're falling asleep at night. Just let that peaceful, clear space within take us into that sleep for the night. We can tap into it anytime during the day and just help the mind body system be steady and clear. And if you do need to go about your day, take a couple of deep breaths with me and feel your feet on the floor and your body in your chair. And open your eyes if it's time to go about your day. I thank you for being here with me today, as always, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, peaceful week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.